We're just hours away until first pitch of Game 1 of Supers here at Condren Ballpark in Gainesville, Florida, as the South Carolina Gamecocks gear up to take on the Florida Gators. And getting you geared up for today's game, obviously these two teams, they played back in April. South Carolina was able to get the best of them, but this Florida team, it's not the Florida team that we saw from back in April. And that's one of the reasons why the Gators are the number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. But I mentioned that April series. Prior to this past weekend in regionals, South Carolina, they hadn't scored double-digit runs. You have to go all the way back to April 20th, and that's when they played Florida. And that pitcher, Brandon Sprout, well, he's going to be pitching today for the Gators. He gave up 4 runs, but he is one of the best pitchers, not just on the team, but in the country, and will be one of those players that will certainly hear his name drafted in the next couple weeks. In addition, another name to keep an eye on today, and this is one guy that does it all. He pitches, he hits, is Jack Caglione. Phenomenal player. He has over 30 home runs, an ERA around 3.5. You will certainly see him pitch later this weekend, but you will see him on the field as a hitter as well. As far as South Carolina is concerned, James Hicks will get the call today on the mound to be the Game 1 starter. And one of the players that I would say to keep an eye on in this series is Will McGillis. He certainly took some of the pressure off the rest of the Gamecocks from an offensive standpoint, but he also had a pretty good weekend himself. As far as who else to pay attention to for South Carolina this weekend, Will Sanders, will he come out of the pen? Will he get a start this weekend? What he did this past weekend, 4 innings, 8 strikeouts. He is someone that has had a lot of success against the Gators. Heading into tonight, there's no reason why Mark Kingston needed to say anything about the plans for Sanders, because I don't even think they truly know what they're going to do yet with him. But that's the beauty of being able to have a player like him. And from there, I mean, everything else kind of falls in place, right? With Becker, and you just go down the list. Bottom line, though, for South Carolina, being able to win Game 1 would be massive, regardless of how things play out from a weather standpoint, because, like I said, with Sanders, now you have an idea of what you want to do with him. First pitch set for 6 o'clock. We'll have live updates on the GC Live post-game show. Former Gamecock Joey Pancake will be joining us immediately after the game. Reporting from Gainesville, Florida, Mike Yuba, Gamecock Central.